Hello and welcome to another Sunday of GSM Live. Happy May 3rd. I can't believe it's already May 3rd. That's crazy to me. We're so excited that you're joining us today. If this is your first time here, let's welcome them in the comments. Say hello to people if it's their first time here. We're so excited you decided to join us. Even if it's not your first time here, we're still excited that you decided to join us this Sunday for GSM Live. We have a fun service planned for you today. The way this service is going to go is in a little bit, we're going to play a fun game where you guys get to interact with us in the comments, guess some answers, see how many you can get right. It's going to be super fun. At least I think so. After that, we're going to hear a great message from Mr. Riley Vandevoorty. He's going to bring some truth. And then after that, we're going to have a time of worship where we get to sing together with John Bemis. I'm so looking forward to this time together. But before we get too far, let's go ahead and start off with a game. This game is a unique game because it's kind of cool. How many of you have played with chalk during this quarantine season? Throw it up in the comments if you've played with chalk, if you've drawn with chalk, maybe in your driveway, maybe on the sidewalk. Well, we are going to take a 3-year-old's chalk drawings and try to guess what they are. It's called Year Old Pictionary. That's what we're playing right now. Let's kick it off. All right, it's time for 3-Year Old Pictionary. The way this game is going to work is you are going to see an image on the screen that a 3-year-old drew with chalk. And you're going to have 3 options. And you have to choose in the comments which option you think the 3-year-old was trying to draw. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? Good. Okay. Here it is. 3-Year Old Pictionary. Question number 1. Was he trying to draw a vampire, an angry cow, or I don't even know how to pronounce that. But that's okay, because you can read it because it's on the screen. So was it A, B, or C? What do you think? The correct answer, put it in the comments. If you put A, a vampire, you were correct. A, a vampire. See, I told you I didn't have to pronounce it because I didn't even know how to. All right, question number 2. Question number 2. Was this 3-year-old trying to draw A, a crow looking for trash to eat, B, a T-Rex with an abnormal stick-like growth on his snout, C, a yawning deer? Do you think it was A, B, or C? Throw it in the comments. Let's see if you can get it right. The correct answer was A, a crow looking for trash to eat. Can't you tell? Yeah. All right. Number 3. Is it A, a zombie rabbit? A zombie rabbit. B, a happy bat? Or C, this is you, Daddy? What was the 3-year-old drawing? Is it A, B, or C? What do you think? The correct answer is B. Note the smile. See, it's a happy bat. It's smiling. You can see that on the screen. All right, next question. Do you think it is A, a 3-horned goat, B, Grondart, lizard king of the north, or C, a dancing gecko? A, B, or C? What do you think? I know my guess. Let's hear yours in the comments. What do you think it is? The correct answer is C, a dancing gecko. You see it's in the mid-jig there with the danciness of the gecko, clearly. All right, next question. What do you think it is? This one's a little tougher to see. Do you think it's A, a friendly centipede, B, a superhero cat fighting bad guys, or C, the coronavirus strain? What do you think it is? A, B, or C? Throw it in the comments. The correct answer is B, a superhero cat fighting bad guys. Yeah, is it arms or fur? I don't know. # art. You can see that on the screen. All right. Here is the question. What do you think is drawn? Is it A, a pterodactyl? Not a pterodactyl, a pterodactyl. B, a dragon who's also a fireman. Or C, a rabbit relaxing in a hammock on a wonderful summer afternoon. What do you think it is? A, B, or C? The correct answer. Throw it in the comments. If you put B, a dragon who's also a fireman, I can see that. I wonder if you can see what the 3-year-old was trying to draw there. A dragon who's also a fireman. That's pretty spot on if you ask me. All right, next question. What do you think it is? Is it A, some sort of quail, B, a T-Rex named Scott, or C, just a plain old duck? What do you think it is? A, B, or C? Throw it in the comments. I'll give you a couple seconds. Okay, couple seconds is up. The correct answer is C, just a plain old duck. It is just a plain old duck. It's not a T-Rex named Scott. If you put C, you got that one correct. All right, next question. Who do you think this 3-year-old was trying to draw? A, a teenage mutant ninja turtle drinking a smoothie. B, mommy drinking her coffee. Or C, Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 3. What do you think it is? A, B, or C? Throw it in the comments and let's see if you get it right. If you put C, Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 3, you got that one correct. You got that one correct. All right, next question. We only got a few more left, so stay with me. Is this drawing that this 3-year-old drew A, the sun blasting rays of death on unsuspecting beachgoers? That's why you wear sunscreen. B, a creepy octopus giving a hug. Or C, Spider-Man? What do you think it is? A, B, or C? Throw it in the comments. Let's see if you get it right. The correct answer is A. That's why you wear sunscreen, folks. That's why you wear sunscreen when you go to the beach. All right, next question. Do you think this 3-year-old was trying to draw A, a king holding hands with his best friend who's a bee, B, an alien taking a guy to be probed, C, a huge fly whacking a man with a fly swatter? What do you think it is? A, B, or C? These are very detailed descriptions for this 3-year-old. The correct answer is B, an alien taking a person. That's a little scary if you ask me. All right, next question. This is our final question. Let's see if you can get it right. And then after this, we'll see how many we got right total. This one, what do you think it is? A, our President Donald Trump. B, a Yeti singing opera. Or C, Batman with a beard? What do you think it is? Throw it in the comments. This is our last question. Let's see if you can get it right. Is it A, B, or C? The correct answer is, drum roll please, C, Batman with a beard. Can't you tell? Well, that helped us out a little bit. He drew the Batman cape and everything. So how many did you get right? How many did you get right? Did you get 1 right, 2 right, 3 right? Maybe you got 10 right. Maybe you got 7 right. I don't know. Throw it in the comments. Let me know how many you got right, and we can cheer you on. Great job. But for now, we are going to send it over to Riley Vandervoorty, who's going to give us a quick message.
Have you ever had a friend that has helped you learn something about yourself? Maybe something that you didn't know, or maybe something that you were kind of blind to. I remember there was one time, I think it was like 8th grade. At this point, I had a couple different groups of friends because I played football and hockey, and then I had my friends from the neighborhood and my friends from school and all that. And I remember there's this one time in the summer, me and my friend Danny are biking through the neighborhoods, and we had just finished hanging out with one of my other groups of friends. And Danny looks over at me and says, "Hey, Riley, why do you act so differently with that group of friends than you do with me, regularly?" And at first it's like, "What are you talking about? I'm the exact same. I don't act differently in different groups of people." And he was like, yeah, you do. And he was like, "You tend to make fun of people a lot more when we're hanging out with those people." Or he said, "You kind of laugh at some crude humor that you don't normally laugh at." And he's like, "You just kind of are different when you're with them." And at first, like I said, I was like, "What are you talking about?" But then he started giving me some examples like that, and it hit me. He was absolutely right. I acted differently with my football friends than I did with my hockey friends and I did with my school friends, and acted completely different than I would at my house or at church. But I didn't see it. I couldn't see it. I was blind to it. But Danny was such a good friend that he let me know, right? We've been spending this time in the Lifelines series talking about godly friendships, friendships that will help us grow. And we've been looking at a couple different of events from Jesus' life where Jesus was a friend to people around him. We're going to continue that today, and we're going to be looking at this specific event where Jesus is a friend to somebody, one of his followers. And the thing about these friends that and these godly friendships that we've been talking about is these are the friendships that they're the ones that are going to toss us a lifeline when we begin to drift a little bit. See, these friendships know who we want to be and who we are trying to be as we are taking steps towards Jesus. And these friendships will be able to see if we begin to drift and throw us a lifeline. They can also throw us a lifeline if we become distracted. Again, they might know who we are trying to be. And if they see some things that don't line up with that, these could be trusted friends that can reach out and pull us back. These friends can also throw us a lifeline if we're drowning. Have you ever felt like you've been drowning, that the times in life when things just get so busy, there's just so much going on, or maybe a relationship or another friendship is just going terribly, and it seems like you're drowning? That's what we're talking about. These types of friendships that can throw out these lifelines. And we've seen just this past weekend, Ryan shared a little bit about Jesus and his experience. And we're going to continue that on today. We're going to look at this event that we can actually read about in the Gospel of Luke in chapter 10, and it's verses 38 to 42, if you'd like to read it on your own. But I'm just going to kind of give you context and fill you in. This is what is happening. Jesus and his crew that was following along with him were entering into this new town, this village that they were traveling to. Now, they had been there before, and we know that because there's actually a couple of characters in this event that know Jesus. And they invite Jesus to come over to their house. And so within this house, this family, these people that know Jesus, there are two sisters. There's Martha and there's Mary. And from the Gospel of Luke, we can see that as they're getting ready to host Jesus and the people that were following along with Jesus, we see that Martha is running around the house, trying to get everything in order. Maybe she's trying to get the dishes all around, clean some things the last second. Maybe she's trying to get food around for everybody so they can begin to eat. Have you ever been somewhere where either a family member or a parent or guardian is expecting a group of people, and for the 5 hours before everybody arrives, it's kind of chaos in the house or the apartment, trying to vacuum everything, make sure there are no dog toys laying around, whatever. Everybody's trying to run around and get things ready. And this is where Martha was. And we actually see within this event that Martha gets pretty frustrated. And we don't know exactly why she was frustrated. Maybe she was frustrated because she saw that there was so much to do to prepare things for Jesus. And maybe she was frustrated because she had noticed that her sister Mary was sitting at the feet of Jesus listening and not helping with everything else around the house that needs to get done. And actually we think it's that one because we see that Martha actually interrupts Jesus and is like, "What is it, Mary? Will you help Jesus? Can you ask Mary to help me? There's so much to do." You see, Martha is distracted. Martha's distracted in this moment of a time that she could be sitting at the feet of God, listening to the teachings of Jesus. But she's distracted, and she can't see it. In this moment, we see Jesus throw out a lifeline. And in Jesus' response to Martha, it's so important to notice that Jesus isn't rude. He's not harsh. He's not impatient with Martha. And actually, his response was something along the lines of this. He says, Martha, Martha, you are worried about so many things right now. And you only need to be focused on one thing. And then he says this. He says, Mary is focused on the right thing. And that won't be taken away from her. See, what Jesus does is he noticed that Martha is distracted and in a kind way throws her a lifeline to pull her back to what was most important. And it's just such a great example. And it's what Jesus encourages us to do for the people around us, right? I want you to take a couple of seconds, maybe a minute, and just think about some of the friendships that you have. I want you to ask yourself, are any of these friendships godly friendships that are going to help me grow? Going to help me grow towards God? Going to help me grow as a person? Right? Now, as you're thinking about these friendships, I want you to take a step further and actually write these names down. Now, these might be people that will help us. They can help us notice some bad habits, and when little bad habits continue, they can create a large problem. And oftentimes, we are the last people to see these bad habits that we have. Maybe these friends that you write down will actually help push us towards a goal that we have. Maybe they can see that you're a little stuck somewhere. And they can be an encouragement and push us towards that goal. Have you thought of a couple of these names? Now, if you have, write them down. That's fantastic. And if you're sitting here thinking, Riley, I don't know if I have a bunch of godly friendships. That's all right. Take this time and ask God to bring a friend into your life that will help you grow and that you can help grow. Ask God to bring somebody into your life that is going to be a positive, godly friendship for you. Now, do you have those names down? Do you have the couple of people that you think, yeah, I think this is a godly friendship? What I want you to do is think of one of those names. And then I want you to think of maybe a trusted adult that you have in your life. This could be an aunt or an uncle. It could be a grandparent. It could be a parent. It could be a coach that you trust. It could be your GSM small group leader. It could be any of those. I want you to write down one name of an adult in your life that you can trust, and one name of a peer, of a friend, of somebody that you've recognized as somebody that's going to help you grow in a positive way. And what I want you to do then is either write out a note on a scrap piece of paper, or if you have a cell phone, write out a text message. And what I want you to do is if you feel comfortable with it, give them permission to throw you a lifeline. Write out in the text, hey, I give you permission if you begin to notice things about me that are pulling me away from who God's calling me to be, I give you permission to to throw me a lifeline and pull me back. I give you permission to, if you notice some bad habits that I'm starting to develop, I give you permission to talk to me about it, to let me know about it, so that I can take steps in a better way towards God. Not only with this, are you giving them permission to reach out to you with a lifeline, but it's also a wake-up call for you as well. It's also, aligning you to a memory point of if this friend or this adult reaches out to you with a lifeline, this pass, this text message, this thing that you write down will be a remembrance for you of, oh, I did ask them to do this. They're just looking out for me. They want what's best for me. We're going to call this the deep water pass. It's a pass that this friend or this adult can throw us a lifeline when they see that we're drifting, distracted, or drowning. Now remember, this isn't just a thought that others need to treat us this way. How are you being a friend to the people around you? Are you being so aware of your friendships that you can help them notice if they begin to drift away from who God wants them to be? Godly friendships will help us grow, will help us take steps towards Jesus. Now, if you need encouragement, you can always go back to read Luke 10:38-42 and see how Jesus throws a lifeline to a distracted Martha in a kind and compassionate way. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this time. This opportunity that we have to gather online, that we have to have some fun with a game and then to hear your truth and to see your example of how we can be a good friend to the people around us. And how it might be helpful for us to recognize if a godly friend of ours is throwing out a lifeline. Help us to understand in those moments in the future that they're just doing it because they care about us and that they love us. God, we love you and we praise you. In Jesus' name, amen.
All I want, that the love I have for you, it doesn't fade along with you. Can you help with that? The reason that I ask, I've seen far too many friends walk away and not come back. And I want more than that. I won't wash away like branches in rain. I'd rather be kindling in the fire like I've never known. I wanna love love first again. This is all I pray over everything I ask. Let my friends one day come back. Can you help with that? Gotta know you care, 'cause the fire won't mean nothing if it ends right here with me. You are more than that. The river runs fast, but you wait at the banks and pours like driftwood from the wild. Just set me on fire like I've never known. I wanna love you more as life goes on. All of my days I'll place my first love first again. Once I was drifting, but you called me home. So I'll give my life for the one still lost. I'll see my friends reclaim their first love first again. Set me on fire like I've never known. I wanna love you more as life goes on. All of my days I'll place my first love first again. Once I was drifting, but you called me home. So I'll give my life for the one still lost. I'll see my friends reclaim their first love first again. You'll see this world return your first love you first.
Thank you so much for joining us for GSM Live this Sunday. We were so glad to have you. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. A couple quick announcements before we go on our way. Number one, be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay in touch and up to date with all the latest GSM news. Number two is right after this, like right now, we have our Zoom small groups where you get the chance to come together with your small group in a Zoom call. We check your email, or your parents or guardians check their email to see the Zoom link and password. If you don't have that, be sure to reach out to us at gsm@grangerchurch.com for that information. Number three is this time where we have GSM Live online on a Sunday is a really convenient time for you to invite a friend to GSM. It's pretty simple. You just send them the link and they can tune in for like 30 seconds, or maybe they stay on for the whole 30 minutes. But it's a really easy and simple time to invite a friend to GSM. So we encourage you to do that. And finally, number 4, if you need to reach out for prayer or just want to say hi to the GSM team, be sure to text this number on the screen. You'll be reaching out to the GSM team, and we can pray for you. We can reach out to you that way. We love you guys. We miss you guys. We hope you have a great week. Deuces.